welcome to Kai Dragon Media. We are at the Dragon's Lair, where my dog is a complete dumbass and decides to bark as soon as I unmic everything. But hey, you know, I got nothing here. I mean, I told Mike, hey, okay, I'm going live, and next thing I know, I'm like,
which dog was that?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's either Charlie or Wendy suddenly decided to bark because somebody's playing out in front of my house. I'm like, oh, God. Well, woof. How you guys doing, everybody? So, hope you guys like the new intro. I've been kind of trying to spruce things up. The next thing to spruce up for the talk show is this background here for me and TFG1 Mike. Depends on what type of formula, what type of stuff I get, but it kind of varies. You know, always are wanting to improve the show. Always want to. Wow. Probably put a scroll bar at the bottom and some other fun stuff here. I'm trying to make it more live action. I do have a stream deck. I need to start utilizing it more. So got a lot of building stuff to do. Got a lot of new things I want to tinker with and stuff, but time is only finite. So yeah. And with me is the wonderful Lord of the Ewoks. For now, even though he said he was going to shave his beard.
Well, it's not October yet, so.
And look at me, clean shaven, got my buzz cut. Hey, look at that. I got all this prep for the show tonight, and then I got the Lord of the Ewoks here.
Taking haircut donations, Ramcross. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, God. Don't tempt him now. Anyway, so it's been a minute. We didn't get to do a show last week. You were out sick. Orcosaurus came in and was like, hi, guys. Hi. And I'm like, holy shit, dude. And he's like, yeah, are you ready to do the show? And I said, bro, go to bed.
Go to bed, yeah.
I know it's super late. And I'm like, go to bed. Please. Yeah. Please go to bed.
Go to bed.
And it's and I'm like, I can't even imagine. It's like midnight his time, and he's already like that. I'm like, there is no way he could do a 2-hour segment. No, there's no way.
No.
There was no way. I was like, man, just go to sleep. Well,
And I heard through the grapevine at some point tonight, I don't know when, but we are going to have a wild
Decepticon.
Predacon, the good old Predacon leader himself, Steve Megatron, at some point.
Yeah, I heard.
We don't know when. He'll pop in when he decides he wants to.
Oh yeah, when he wants to. I mean, that's usually how it works. But you know.
Yep.
So you know. One of the things that we're trying to do is constantly improve the show and trying to make it better. I'm trying to continue to build the gaming platform, the news platform as we go, as well as the garden and cooking, which big shout out to Anne for doing all the stuff she's doing with the garden and cooking. You know, because she wanted to go 5 videos a week, which I was fine with. But I couldn't do 5 videos a week. I'd have to do maybe 2 or 3 covering highlights. She has went far and beyond on that. So if you want to check out Kai Dragon Garden and Cooking, it's a partnership between me and her. You know, she's, you know, elderly, retired, 67, got a lot of wisdom. She's been gardening for decades. So, hell, she's finally got all sorts of hummingbirds coming here. She's got some ruby deep throat and some others. She loves hummingbirds. She loves sitting there watching them. So it's kind of a good thing.
Absolutely, and the 5 day, the YouTube videos 5 days a week thing, that's a lot of work.
It's hard to stay consistent.
Even if it's just point and shoot and then upload and no real like intricate editing or anything. I got a guy I watch from the Funko YouTube area where he has been uploading, and he's a lot younger than we are. He's been uploading a video a day for the last, 4.5 years.
Bro, if I could do 4 to 5 videos of me just doing one and dones of just covering news segments, I'd have a third channel that was strictly just news. talking about gaming news and stuff. I'd stay out of politics, stay out of that crap, because I really don't care to be in that crap.
We don't need all that.
I just want to talk about game news and stuff, and that would be a second or third channel. But that's maybe something I'd have down the road if, say, these other two channels take off and I'm able to quit my first job down the road to where I could expand and go into other avenues and have more time to do that. Because, you know, a lot of the hardest part is working a full-time job, 8-10 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then you come home and you gotta try to, you set up a stream, you're trying to plan everything. As what people don't know is there is production behind the scenes. I know sometimes Mike say, hey boss, what are you planning today? And I said, well, I don't know, I haven't looked at it yet. Truth be told, I've looked at stuff, but I want to review it again because I want to try to make sure this is what we're going to talk about and not one of those things I say, let's talk about it. And I look at the article later again and says, what the hell were we thinking, Mike? That's kind of where I'm.
That's why I've told you. And again, this is
you do pull some stuff for me too when I don't have time. So it's good to have a co-host that helps out a lot like that.
Well, that's the thing. Like that's the point, is that if you're, you tell me what you're looking at or what you want to look at, I can review it and then tell you, because after almost a year, back in February, it was a full year of us doing this, of me being here.
And you know what? It's been good to have a co-host on here. I loved
you
having
had Ruggles and you had everybody else.
I had Ruggles and I had some others, but Ruggles, great guy, love him, but it's hard when he's working a full-time job, got a family. Yeah. It's hard to be able to stream 3 or 4 nights a week and stuff. Love him. Big shout out to you, Ruggles, if you're watching. So I understood why he couldn't do it.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
You've been in the media game for 15 years. You've had really cool interviews. Dude, your Geekcast Radio podcast are masterpieces. You guys have had some great celebrities on your show.
Oh, you won't believe the email I got today. I'll have to share it with you after the show because I still have to review it. Oh my God. The email that Steve forwarded me today. Holy crap.
Yeah, I bet I'll be surprised. And hi, Odin, how are you? I'm doing good. Just getting ready to start the show here. So, yeah, it's, you've been in it a while, and we've been talking about doing the old online magazine at some point, which, let's just be honest, that was a setback because of what happened with my car. We would have had it now. We would have had half the stuff now if I hadn't had a financial setback with the car theft and everything. And that was one of the big frustrations because it set literally everything back. I was thankful for the help I did get, and don't ever think I wasn't, because you guys did. No.
Absolutely.
The guy, brought tears to my eyes damn near when I got the help that I did get. It was just one of those things that was catastrophic. But, that's part of the reason why I delay when I say I want to do, because I wanted to hire a couple artists maybe for some stuff, and I wanted to look at some other AI stuff to utilize. And we are, at some point, going to be switching over to Streamlabs, I think, because they have a talk studio, and I can have, I think, up to 10 people on there. And a waiting room and stuff. So it's basically like StreamYard and Restream and all that. So I'll be able to work on that. We'll see how that works out. That's the future plan, because I have finally made my decision on what I'm doing. We will be streaming at some point live on Kick, X, and Rumble. I'm hesitant on Twitch because Twitch don't seem to have their head out of their ass, and now the problem that we got on Twitch is they're going out now. All these VTubers are getting random warnings and bans, and it's weird because it's like they're targeting VTubers over there, and it's not. And everybody says, oh, it's a conspiracy theory, or where's the analytics? Because VTubers probably make up now 75% of the industry over there, because it's easier to put on, an anime character or animation character than to come out like this.
Yeah.
It's easier to hide your identity, hide it under a different persona, and you do it. Whereas me, I still have not changed my mind about it, because sometimes my office gets hot, and I was thinking about changing up a little bit. So, because there's some people out there that professionally VTube and also do like I do. So, depending on what they feel like, because I've thought about switching to a giant dragon. But here's a fun fact, Mike.
Yeah.
No one's been able to do it. No one's been able to make that model. I was talking with Orcosaurus.
Yeah.
He said most of it are just humanoids. To actually have, like, say, the dragon picture in the back here behind us, to have the wings move and the tail and all that.
That's a lot of work and a lot of,
that they've not been able to replicate it.
Yeah, not yet.
And I was like, damn, that sucks, because the idea of being a giant dragon on stream would be absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, it would.
And
the funny thing, good. And
I think that'd just be great, because I don't think it's ever really been seen or done. People want to play half dragons where you got horns and wings or whatever for VTubing animation, but have a giant freaking dragon? I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be very cool. And the thing about Twitch is, ever since they had that big old scandal, what was it, last year? Whatever it was.
There's multiple scandals.
Well, right, but I'm saying, like, there was a whole, like, I forget when it exactly was, but it's been since I've been on the show here. It's been since I've known Chaos Queen and everybody else. And
you had the Dr. Disrespect, you had the leak of everybody's money, you had a lot of favoritism moderators, you had the nudity thing they had. There's so many.
That's what it was. It was the nudity thing. It was the nudity scandal over on Twitch. But any of it doesn't matter. As soon as Chaos said she was leaving the platform, I'm like, okay, I'm done with that. I don't need that anymore. And it's not just because she left. It's more because of, it's the right thing to do. Like, why am I gonna watch content on a platform that does all these weird, unethical things? That's just lame.
Well, here's the thing. Bezos and Amazon bought, well, I know Bezos is out of Amazon, but they bought, Twitch, and they were going to make money. Twitch has not made them a single dime. It's been bleeding them dry. And, they just can't get it together. I don't know. And it seems like the CEO and all them have no idea what they're doing. They have all these moderators that are clueless or don't apply rules. I mean, my gripe with YouTube is they don't apply stuff fairly either on stuff, and it's all over the place. But at least with Twitch, it's like, just pray and cross your fingers you're not banned. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You just pray you aren't banned, because literally you just say hi. Oh, you're banned.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
That makes no sense. And that's the thing about YouTube. YouTube will be 20 years old next year. YouTube started in 2005. Next year is its 20th anniversary. And as YouTube has progressed over the last 19 and a half, 20 years, they have perfected their policies of why you get banned, what you end up doing to get banned or to get...
I'll disagree on that.
Really? They haven't? Really?
No, they established guidelines, but the guidelines are not equally balanced. It's more balanced than Twitch, don't get me wrong. The worst part with it is the same thing Twitch does. They don't tell you why you got in trouble, why you got banned. They don't give you really a chance to correct yourself, clear your name, because you literally get this little itty bitty box that you maybe put 500 characters, and that's your appeal, and that's it. And so you can't draft a legal letter that's 3 or 4 pages with everything in there, and it's
I swear YouTube got better with that.
No, and it's just as bad as the copyright system, because, like, for example, a VTuber, it's really popular on Twitch. She had all her VODs. It was almost 100,000 subs on that one. Her other channel's got like over 1 million. But here's what happened: somebody false copyright claimed her VODs on her channel. So she received 3 strikes, and she was supposed to appeal them. But here's the problem. The person that claims the copyright has nothing to lose, right, and they are the ones that basically don't have to defend themselves or anything. They basically say, well, I'm claiming your stuff. Now I want to refute it. So what Iron Mouse would have had to do now, and VTubers have this thing where they don't like revealing their identities or names or all that stuff.
Yeah, obviously.
And also, if you're really popular like that, you've got people that could be psychopaths.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You have to dox yourself to basically fight it.
Yeah.
You basically have to give your name, your address, everything to counterclaim. So now this guy that just falsely claimed it has all your information.
Yeah.
And that is not good. So she let her channel get deleted. She gave up and says, I'm not going to. And they still deleted it, even though her legal team, her agency got involved, everything, because she didn't want to fight back because it would give up her identity to some random weirdo on the internet that really doesn't own the videos.
Yeah.
That is why YouTube's copyright system is archaic and broken and massively needs revamped. And I've even said, okay, the person that's doing a false copyright claim, jail their ass. It's perjury. Because you know what? You're lying about it. It's legal, but it'd be considered civil because you can't really jail them for a civil dispute.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing. You're doing it to dox somebody just to get their real information and put their life in danger. And that I don't like.
Yeah, that I don't like. I don't agree with that. What I would like YouTube to do is, if it has to be a legal battle, have it in closed door court. Have it where the documents are sealed. Have it where, your identity might come out, but it's not going to come out to the public. Unfortunately, it's going to have to come out to the other party because the other party has a right to know, even though the other party's in the wrong, like the criminal. Like the criminal still needs to know.
They should have been forced to have to give their own identity too. That way, instead of having to go through YouTube, which they got the whole arbitrary process, they could have sent a legal letter to this guy and said, you're going to cease or desist, or you will be sued to oblivion.
Yeah.
And that's the only way you can do it. And so it says purging only applied to states main and core law. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of a legal vernacular for it, but there really is nothing. I mean, basically they say you're committing a false statement on YouTube when I had to counterclaim, it says you could be committing a false statement here. If you are, it is punishable, could be civil matter, all that, restitution. But it's a sad deal overall. That's the problem. And it's just a system so archaic. So example, copyright. If you have a song that's like 3 seconds long, 4 seconds long, it's in a game or something, and Joe Bro decides to copyright claim, your stream is 6 hours long, 3 seconds. They just claimed your whole 6 hours. They should only be able to claim that 3 seconds. Because it has nothing to do with the rest of it. And that was one of the issues I have with the system. That's why it's still flawed. Now, Twitch is a little better on the copyright, which surprises the hell out of me. Kick, really, it's almost hard to get, and Rumble, it's almost impossible to get them really to apply copyright. It has to be damning.
I wouldn't even be on those platforms. And here's the Wild Megatron.
Wild Megatron? Where did he come from?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So,
what a pleasant surprise.
It's good to hear from you, Steve. We were just talking about the broken copyright system on YouTube.
I had a feeling my number was being called.
So, it's a sad deal because, like I said, 100,000 channel that has all her VODs from Twitch gone.
Yeah.
Gone. Just because she didn't want to give up her identity. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her. She's like the top streamer on Twitch, and it's like, why she wanted, it was just crazy. And I understood she was upset and says, I'm not going to fight it because they won't listen to the lawyers or anything. She goes, I don't want to give up my identity. And that's all that person wanted. And I was like, that is not cool. We got to have a better system on YouTube when it comes to copyright claiming. We have to. It's so archaic. And like I said, it puts people at risk when you have to give up your information like that. But the person claiming it doesn't have to do a dime. They can just call themselves Joe Schmo Bro Company, and
that's not right.
And there's no ramification.
Yeah, that's not right.
Doesn't surprise me, honestly.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I agree, but that's not right. That should be false claim.
And sure, they can ban that account, but the guy's going to make a burner account again or something else and VPN or something. So, I mean, it's not going to stop.
Yeah, that's my issue with this. If you are doing something that stupid, number one, why? Number two, if you get banned or if you get caught or if you get in trouble, which you will, which you should, if you're doing false claims, why would you waste your time and try to, like, what's the delusional psychosis against that? I don't understand why these people keep coming, these damn trolls keep coming back. I don't get that.
It's the same reason people have like rage culture and everything. That's why I've been writing all these articles, is because I'm tired of keeping my mouth shut. And while I can't, like, I don't care if they take what I've said in writing and use it. I mean, it doesn't bother me because honestly, like, there's so many trolls online that it makes no difference to me whether they try and cancel me. I mean, I'm going to keep talking, but it's like, I'm going to write an article next about the Beast Unleashed thing.
No. Oh yeah. I can't wait to see that.
But the thing with it, Steve, is we all have to do it in protective boundaries, because like even on YouTube, some stuff I would like to talk about or say about some things. I can't say it. I am bound by the platform rules or how they interpret it. But I've considered on Kick and Rumble, I may have a segment where I say, okay, guys, I'm gonna hop off YouTube for last, switch over here, because I know a lot of people that do that, and then toss a pin like this. All right, hats off. Now we're gonna have this spicy segment. I've thought about that,
and that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing, is like, and that's also partially why I was like, bye I heart, like, as far as like Spreaker and all the crap advertising. It's because I was just tired of it. Like, you're having, like, I want control. Like, that's what it boils down to. Like, I am tired of all of these places like telling me what I can and cannot do. And it's like, dude, first of all, there's the First Amendment. Second of all, like, as long as I'm not breaking a law, they need to just leave me the heck alone and let me do what I'm going to do. Like, it's none of their business. It's not.
You're not committing a crime. You're not breaking laws. You're staying within the realms. It's just like on YouTube. I have always stayed in the boundary. I have always stayed and followed the guidelines. I know, some people may be like, well, maybe you're being a little too cautious. I value my channels on YouTube. This is trying to be my livelihood. I will not jeopardize it. So I have to play within the guidelines. But there's things like we can talk about the copyright system, because there's nothing bad. And as Safka said, I think fraudulent claim and copyright is considered a false representation. It comes with a fine, but I'm sure it's a misdemeanor. I imagine if YouTuber attached to an agency don't actually own their account, which means agencies such as Hololive can defend and protect their talents by providing the management names. Unfortunately, Vsojo, this is actually a good thing. I shouldn't say unfortunately. Vsojo, you keep your character, you keep your agencies there to protect you and all that. But if you were to go and leave Vsojo, you would keep your character, all your stuff you have. You would just be a free agent. There's a lot of them that have left over years. They've stayed a free agent. Unless that's changed within the recent contracts for the newer ones, But Hololive, for example, yeah, you leave your character, everything you've worked for 10 years is gone. But people can figure out your voice and stuff. I mean, look at all the people that left Nisanji because of all the bad stuff that happened there. And they're doing fine because everybody realized who the hell they were by their voice.
Yeah. So, like Steve was saying earlier about, and see, I call that company a different name. The company name is iHeartRadio. For years, I've called it I Hate Radio because they hate broadcasting. They hate this. They hate that. They whatever. They do all this stuff. They bought up Spreaker, and we were on Spreaker for years. And you don't care if I talk about the ads, right? Because that's what I'm about.
Oh, I don't care.
Okay. So in Spreaker, when we were hosting our files on Spreaker, if you had an hour and a half podcast, they would require you, at first, they required you one pre-roll, one post-roll. A couple years later, they required you 2 pre-rolls and 2 post-rolls. I'm fine with that because that's the beginning of the show and that's the end of the show. Yes.
And that was when Blog Talk and Spreaker were doing it.
Okay.
The minute iHeart bought it, gave them 3 months. They bought it in the midst of COVID.
Yep.
And then from then on, we started having problems.
Okay, so that's right. That's what I'm going to get into then. So again, by the time COVID hit, we were doing 2 pre-roll ads before you hear the beginning of the podcast, 2 post-roll ads after. Now, most podcasts for me, as soon as I hear the like for me on my closing. All right, folks, that's it for this episode. This has been TFG and Mike and Steve Megatron and Kai Dragon Media, and we will catch you next time. As soon as I hear that final line of "we'll catch you next time," I stop the podcast. I won't listen to the closing music or the closing ads or whatever. So what happened during COVID, once iHeart bought Spreaker, is they increased the mid-roll ads. Mid-roll ads for an hour and a half, I think originally it was like 2 or 3. By the time iHeart bought Spreaker, for an hour and a half podcast, I just did this like a year ago before Steve switched us to a much better platform that we'll talk about next week or another time. We'll give them their whole special spotlight another time. But an hour and a half podcast last year, they wanted 7 ads in there. Now, for me, how I do this is I bury them. For me, podcasting has always been free. As a listener, you go to iTunes, you go to Spotify, you go to wherever you go to get your podcasts. You listen for free. It's not $1.29 down. No one's charging people for podcast episodes.
Unless it's you on your podcast saying, "Hey, welcome to Kai Dragon Media Podcast, and today I'm going to give you a special offer. If you punch in the code now, blah blah blah, you get 30% off. At this." I can see where you do that.
No. But listening to podcasts overall since 2005, since Steve Jobs announced what podcasts were in that first Apple event that they did it, have always been free to listen to. Now, has there been premium content beyond that, like Patreon or something like that? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. But the general episode, like the episode that I'm about to release with you and I, Kai, where we did the Deadpool double feature on Studio 2009, the way I did that was, because it's a double feature, we had the whole conversation about the first movie, I put in an ad break, and then we had the whole conversation about the second movie. My thing with the ads on Spreaker was I do not want it to interrupt the conversation. There's nothing worse than me sitting here talking about how awesome Deadpool 1 is and how dismal Deadpool 2 was, and then Steve coming in and giving his opinion. Say something. Would you like to buy some Cialis today? That's the problem that we had with Spreaker with the automatic insertion, because so for me, I would create these ad breaks that I would have podcast ads for other podcasts that we promote, and I would bury the Spreaker ads in there. So you're not getting an interruption in the flow of conversation. I always hated that. And luckily we don't have to deal with that anymore.
So like YouTube, like right now I can insert an ad right now if I wanted to. which is great if you're going to be right back or whatever.
Right.
But
yeah.
some of the ads I don't have control over. Now,
and that's
my issue. So, like,
Yep.
if I'm in an important segment right now on stream, I think there is a button, but I haven't seen it where I can stop an ad. But I have not seen that on here. Maybe there is an option, and the reason why is, you know, I know it's AdSense, I know it's not a lot, but it helps fund the show, it helps do that stuff. But it's annoying because, like, even Ramcross says, well, we were in the middle of an interesting conversation, and now we've got this ad here that, you know, when you come back, you're behind 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And that is probably one of those that I'm trying to still figure out on that. But, you know, because like I said, this helps just fund the show to get better equipment, get more tools that we need to keep going. It's just, you know, it's a kind of what I call a return on the company. And that's been a frustration. So we're gonna, since Steve's here, we're gonna throw in a curveball. I wish I was gonna talk about all the cool stuff with YouTube and the things I'm not looking forward to, as well as also talk about the channel's birthday, which is funny because it's off, but I'll explain that.
Okay.
So it is announced in 2025 there is a sequel to Mel Gibson's Passion of the Christ. I had to throw that in there. So, the article I read, and this is on Collider, he announced and he's keeping Jim Caviezel from the first one. He's doing a sequel to it, which I'm like, what? And apparently, when they asked about him, it's Gibson went as far as to describe the project as an acid trip, fueling speculations of it being a supernatural focus. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh no, no.
Later. I'll watch something better.
I'm like, I didn't expect him to do a sequel to something that I'm just like.
I've said this before over the last year on this show, and I'll say it again. There's some movies that have beginning, middle, and end. And at the end, it's a mother ending. It ends. It doesn't give you a, oh my God, here's a thread that we can pull 20 friggin' years later to make a sequel that no one wants.
Yeah. I'm like, who asked for this now, guys?
Not even the Catholics asked for this.
Hell, I think I know my grandma hated it. I know my grandma, she was old school Catholic, hated it. I mean, she was like, what is this? And she just didn't like, and it's, 6-year-old lady watching it, just like, because she's singing, oh, it's going to be like the greatest story ever told, which had John Wayne and and all of them in it back in the 70s or something. Oh, no. She's just like, what is this? It's just like, well, okay, so.
The best religious movie that came out of the 2000s. Steve, I think you'll agree. Bruce Almighty.
Well, and the thing is like, I don't have an issue with Passion of the Christ. However, Mel Gibson, like and I get it, like he's doing religious movies to some extent because like he's done a couple others, but his type of media is so brutal and bloody, like it kind of takes away from the message he's trying to convey.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
I couldn't even watch it all.
Well, he's basically doing Deadpool type like murder scenes in it, and I get it. Like, I'm sure it was actually that brutal back in the day. However, I think there was a little bit more focus on the brutality of it over the message.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, yes, I get what he might be trying to do, and if he's saying like the supernatural aspect, like, yeah, there were supernatural aspects to the actual event. However,
because rumors named Resurrection. That's the rumor of the name.
Well, it's yeah, but I mean that, you know, I don't feel like one, doing a movie 20 years later is warranted. Two, I don't feel like I feel like he's going to focus a little bit too much on or drag it out, because there's, you know, if you're looking biblically, there's not a whole lot of meat to go on.
No, it's basically him going to come up with his own version of it. I'm like, oh dear God, this will not end well. This
like I believe, you know, in the message and everything, but I feel like whenever Hollywood gets involved in religion, they butcher it.
Everything about faith and religion needs to just stay out of media, and I'm just like, holy crap.
If it's going to be done, it needs to be done by not mainstream Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I'll just leave it there.
And Mel Gibson's, last I heard, is playing Lethal Weapon 5, too.
That's kind of his thing. He needs to just stay in his lane.
Yeah. Just like stay out of this religion. I saw that when I was talking with Mike and getting ready for the show, and that dropped in my feed, and I said, "Oh no!" I look at Mike and says, "You're not going to believe what's going to be made by Mel Gibson."
And my first thought after he said it, Steve, was the teacher from Uncle Buck. Blasphemer! Because I was like, I'm out. Later.
I'm like, oh, this is one of those things. I'm like, why would you make such a thing?
So I thought Passion of the Christ came out in 2000. It came out in 2004, so it's only 20 years old.
Yeah, but still, it's
no,
like
I know.
Mel Gibson must be broke. He must be trying to get the quest for more money.
So going backwards in time, I'm on my phone here. I'm on IMDb, and I'm looking at his director things. He's only directed 9 things. Hacksaw Ridge in 2016. So the last time he directed a movie was 2016. 2006, Apocalypto. 2004 to 2005, Complete Savages. Passion of the Christ, 2004. Braveheart in 95. Man Without a Face in 93. Yeah, so...
And, you know, he should have stuck with those. Braveheart was good. Man Without a Face was good. But holy crap, I'm just like... When I saw that's what his next big movie, I'm like, yeah, that's...
I just want to see Lethal Weapon 5, and then I want to see the guy retire off into the sunset.
No, it's the quest for more money. He must be broke. He must be broke to do this. Oh God, I was like,
Spaceballs, folks.
Yeah,
he ain't raising or lowering the Schwartz over here.
We got Spaceballs 2, which is going to be a train wreck.
No,
I refuse to acknowledge it.
That's because Josh Gad is in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's running the whole show.
He's leading the charge.
That guy should be arrested.
Anytime that guy, like, honestly, like, he's the best movie he's ever been in was where he was the annoying guy in Pixels.
Oh yeah, I've never even seen Pixels.
That's Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I know.
They make him out to be like this crazy hack, and he falls in love with a video game character.
So my problem with Josh Gad is overall his personality and the way he talks to people. During the pandemic, he did whatever the name of his show was, where he was interviewing practically every voice actor that almost we've ever interviewed, and other voice actors that we haven't had a chance to interview. And I'm listening to him talk to these people, and I'm like, why would you ask them that? Why would you go there? Why would you do, like, oh my God, get off the screen. I hate that guy.
Yeah, and I haven't liked anything he's been in, so I'm like, yeah, this is not going to be good. I don't... And Cat Ruggles says Mel Gibson's broke because Hollywood doesn't like conservatives. I hear that a lot from James Woods and Rob Schneider and a few others that I follow on X. I see that a lot, so it's interesting because I think Rob Schneider had a whole big tell-all or something, and reason why, like, if I remember right, and don't quote me, but I think that's part of the reason why Happy Productions kind of veered away from Hollywood and stuff too.
Happy Madison,
yeah, because that stuff.
Adam went into the whole Netflix route, and Netflix basically gave him a bunch of money to make a bunch of movies that, honestly, I can't even say I've seen 3 of them. I know Steve has tried to watch a few of them.
It's not as good as his early day stuff. Just like when they said they were doing another Happy Gilmore, I'm like, please no.
I'm honestly fine with it because I don't like some of his movies on Netflix. His new stuff has been total crap. I will admit that. A lot of it's been total crap. However, the stuff with Kevin James that he's produced has actually been good. And he's been putting out, films I think that he just wants to do for fun. And honestly, I can't blame the guy considering Hollywood is full of just garbage anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like it's kind of hit or miss, and you're lucky if you get a good film. So I mean, I can't blame the guy, and then he surrounds himself with people that he just genuinely enjoys being around. Yeah, and I can't blame him there either.
No, I can't. Look at how many of them. Let me look at how Chris Rock comes back, David Spade comes back, Paul Blart comes back. I mean,
Kevin James,
yeah. I mean, so yeah, I think it's a good thing. I mean,
I don't know. It's one of those things where I will scan like the Netflix YouTube channel to see what trailers they've released, and I'm like, I don't want to watch it. I don't even want to watch these trailers. Like, I don't know what Netflix is doing. Maybe I need to actually watch some of them, but like, and I'm not judging them, but I just know I look at the title of it, or I look at the thumbnail, and I'm just like, I'd rather watch something.
Okay, Kevin James, the only thing I think of him every time I see it is because I used to watch Mall Cop, and I think, but
King of Queens.
But so switch in focus here because we're going to switch. So Square Enix is kind of in a hot water. They have said that neither Final Fantasy 16 or Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth had made profit expectations, and they wonder why. So let's give you a little history lesson. So Square Enix signed an exclusivity deal with Sony, which, as we all know, Sony has been screwing up for the last decade and continues to screw up. I mean, as we know about their wonderful, I think it was like $100 million loss Concord, which they scrapped that whole thing. The problem with that was Square made a deal with Sony and cut their sales. You didn't have Steam. You didn't have GOG. You didn't have Xbox. You didn't have anything. So Square, in their infinite wisdom, was like, I don't understand why to make any profit on it. You didn't market it out to everything. You have
to market
Nintendo Switch even. You didn't market it or sell it to all the possibilities. That's why I've always had an issue with Epic Games when, is it Tim Sweeney or the one that owns Fortnite? Whatever his name. I know it's Tim, but he said, we're trying to save the gaming industry and all this. By doing exclusivities, dude, and cutting everything off from being on Steam or GOG or everything because you want to lock it up for a year or two. No. Exclusivities have hurt. If I was a business strategist, I would market and sell the product to every available platform you can, which is why I wanted to take our shows and go to 3 or 4 other streaming platforms as well to continue to grow on all the platforms, because why don't you diversify? Market yourself everywhere. And that's one thing you do in every business is you diversify. You have multiple customers, you have multiple avenues, you have different products. And my thing is, okay, I understand this, Square. How the hell do you not understand this? And you've been in business for decades, and you don't understand you lost money because you didn't sell it to every platform.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I don't know. It's just...
It's stupid.
Some people don't know how to market. And the funny thing is about the marketing stuff, specifically with social media, is that at least 2 of the main social medias I use, you can just post a link. Maybe a picture will show up from the website. Maybe it won't. Maybe you just attach a photo, but the link is there in the post. And it's there. Between Facebook and Twitter, it's there. The link is there. With Instagram, it's different. Apparently, and I don't know because I haven't dug too far into this, but I've been on Instagram for 5 years. I mainly just put up funny photos of Funko Pops or whatever. Sometimes I do sky shots or whatever the hell it is. But I'll see people put up links and put up whatever, or I'll see people say, hey, here's this new thing, link in bio or whatever. And the only reason why I'm mentioning this is because when Steve advertised one of his articles, one of his masterful articles that he recently wrote, in the description, he put the link to the website, except Instagram does not allow clickable links in their post descriptions, which is stupid.
Oopsie.
Like, it's not on Steve. It's on Instagram. The fact that Instagram, like, again, I've been on that platform for 5 years. Yeah, you can do a story and you can attach a link and do, like, link up here, link over here, blah, 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 whatever, fine.
Oh, yeah.
But if you just want to post a photo, write a regular post and say, hey, here's the link if you want to read the full article, Instagram still does not allow clickable links in their descriptions, which is dumb.
Yeah. I don't understand it. When you hurt your market share ability, I don't have any sympathy. Don't get me wrong, I've been a Square Enix fanboy for a long time, but even I will call their crap out. I'm just like, you know, if you had done Final Fantasy VII Remake and you had done Final Fantasy 16 the day it came out, I probably would have bought it on a PC. And I probably would have streamed it. But since you chose to put it on PlayStation, which in my opinion, PlayStation is a garbage system today, I wouldn't pay $700 for a damn gaming console ever. I mean, what? No.
But it's Pro. But it's PlayStation 5 Pro.
Yeah. The quest for more money to recoup all their losses from their horrible, horrible marketing, because they even said they don't have any real games coming out anytime soon.
One of these weeks at some point before the end of the year, we have to do a show where the focus is
Quest for more money.
No, well, we do that every
Quest
week.
for more money. I mean, yeah, we do that every week.
We do that every week. We're always looking for more money here at Kai Dragon Media. You can put it down in the super chats, folks. $5, $10, $2,000.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Did you really just say that, Mike?
Yes, I did.
Did you just really say that? Really?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god!
Over here. Yes, I did.
Did you? Jeez.
Yes, I did.
Jeez.
Give him a super chat, and I'll say something as Megatron.
Oh
there
god!
You go. $10 super chat for Steve to talk as Megatron.
But he has to do it the rest of the stream.
That's right. But my point is, at some point before the end of 2024, I want us to dedicate one of our weekly shows to smartphone companies and their naming schemes of their products.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't want to get started on it now. I will be this fired up when we talk about it, but oh my god, it's stupid.
But the thing is, so I mean, like, this channel has a birthday, and I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's right, I created this channel almost over a decade ago, but I never really utilized it. Which is funny. I was a content creator briefly back in 2011. I uploaded Nobunaga Ambition Let's Plays, and I regret not continuing that. If I'd known what I know now, when I was unemployed and destitute after graduation for 3 freaking years, I would have spent every waking freaking hour to be a content creator. I would have back then. But who would have thought that content creation and doing stuff like this would lead to something better than television and better than Hollywood and better than all that. I mean, you don't think about that. I mean, you think, oh, Hollywood will be there forever. Cable companies will be there forever. Yeah, mainstream media will be there forever. But look what we do. A lot of us don't even watch television anymore. We don't, hell, some of us don't even watch the streaming platforms. We watch live interactions or media that's been created by other people that are indie. I mean,
well, here's the thing. Okay. So you all have teams. Like you and Ruggles and Diane do certain things. You and Brad and Zolas do certain things. Sometimes I come on for crap commentary or whatever. And then you've got Chaos and the people that she works with on her team and their whatever, and they all have their own channels and whatever else. Here's the thing. When I go to watch Chaos's, like she just did tonight, this morning, she did a World of Warcraft stream this morning for Wednesday this week.
mm-hmm.
I went over there and I watched it. It was her, Gawky, and Darkblade. Gawky Let's Play and Darkblade 105. So what I do is I'll open up her stream, I'll open up each of their streams, and I will go to each of theirs, like it, leave a comment, do a quick interaction, and everything else. And then I'll just watch it until they're done playing whatever it is they're playing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's World of Warcraft or if it's Funko Fusion or if it's Once Human or whatever the hell, because I want to support them as creators. Same thing with you. When you do your streaming or when Ruggles does his streaming, I'm always here. Unless I'm sick or asleep, I'm always here. I'm saying, hey, I just promoted the stream on blah, blah, blah. Here you go. And I watch the stream. I watch Ruggles stream and this, that, and the other thing. And y'all's Zomboid stuff is hilarious. I absolutely love that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think what it is with watching, and as much as people sometimes hate this saying, watching content, but that's what it is, content. It's not just movies, TV shows, music, whatever. It's all content on the internet at this point.
And so, you know, and the thing with YouTube too is ever changing. Now I saw something I'm not going to go too deep into, but it looks like YouTube's planning a major revamp of their TV app after, I guess apparently they're overtaking Netflix and other streaming rivals, I guess. Yeah. So, but they're, and I like Clownfish TV a lot, but based on what they're saying, it looks like, just what I'm seeing, will indie developers get crushed? No, because not everybody really gives a damn about watching mainstream content anymore. Most people, that ship sailed. I think indie is going to be the way to go no matter what, which leads into some announcements that I have today.
Wait 1 second, Steve. Did you want to say something?
Oh no, I was just saying indie is the way to go. Like,
yeah, he was agreeing.
Oh, okay.
I totally agree with indie because that's what we do here, you know, and that's why I've been writing more stuff about being indie and about going indie and staying away from the mainstream.
Did you say Indian?
No, he said indie.
I said indie.
Okay. I was like, what?
I'm not trying to be insensitive to people, man. I
was like,
we only do that over.
I'm against crazy corporations, not against like people groups.
No, I never said people groups. I just like, I was just like, is that the definition for indie?
I mean, technically, Disney World and Disneyland, a mouse set a people trap.
Yeah.
They got them.
Yeah,
I got him.
Yeah, I was like, I always just call it indie. That's why and he said indie, I guess, because I was just like,
he said indie. He said, I heard him.
Okay.
I heard what he said.
Yeah, I could be a jerk sometimes, but it's usually towards like giant corporate America and not towards like people.
Yeah.
No, I didn't assume that. I was like, you know how
we just misheard you. That's
well, how we have an EN on some stuff when we're descriptive. I thought you were referring to indie as like
no.
I hadn't heard that term. I was like,
no.
Even BS Gaming says I think I heard Indian.
No, he didn't. No, Brad, he didn't say Indian.
No, like the old Steve would have made an insensitive joke right there. The current Steve is like, no, I'm not a douche.
Yeah, 2024 Steve has gotten better. And
I was just like, I had to double check what I was hearing because I'm like, it's the way vernacular happens. That's what.
I'm not trying to get you deplatformed.
No, I know you're
exactly.
not.
No.
No.
And before we move on, really quickly, the thing about watching content is I watch content for stuff like this, for when the three of us did the Deadpool and Wolverine episode of Dragon's Lair, or when we do podcasts. I'm not sitting at home at night watching CBS, ABC, NBC anymore.
Who watches that stuff? I mean,
I watch their stuff. I just don't watch it in the traditional way it was watched 40 years ago because we have the internet and I can pay for ad-free content.
let me just find a clip on YouTube now because they have ABC or NBC or whatever. I really want to watch their stuff, but I don't really want to support them, so I don't watch their stuff at all. And so speaking on YouTube now, so we're gonna switch over to YouTube, and this can be some interesting stuff. So I'm gonna flip us over here just to make life easier. All right, so courtesy of Muaz, who is on YouTube, because I guess they had a big YouTube meeting today at YouTube headquarters or something. All the main big super 100,000 plus YouTubers and all this went out there to it. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is YouTube has mentioned they are doing something new. This is only for vertical live stream, so you're going to see more people using vertical live stream, or they're going to continue to do like I do, where I do both, because now YouTube is introducing YouTube Gift Jewels. It's a new way to make money and get fan support, kind of like donations from Zero Live. Basically, they're doing Twitch bits, which is you watch so many ads, and then after you watch so many ads, you get bits, and then you turn around and donate all those bits to your favorite creator or spread the love or whatever.
Okay, question. In any of this for these bits, does it say anything about those people who, like me, are YouTube premium subscribers that won't get the ads because we pay for not having them?
No, it doesn't say. I'm moving this over here so I can see my chat. So what this does is, and they're pushing vertical live streams. So I don't know what the expiration date is. Okay, thanks, Brad. Thanks for bringing that up, resurrecting that conversation. Oh, God. Thanks, Brad.
Brad, go to bed, you old man.
Jeez, Brad. Oh. Okay, so basically, what I think TikTok has an expiration shelf life with Congress that they have to have a buyer or something by so long before they get shut down.
I hope they get shut down.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because they passed the TikTok ban thing or something, but they had to find a sale or something. This was last year sometime or earlier this year, some crap. So anyway, I was looking at this and thinking, they're prepping for when TikTok goes under, because I'm looking at this donation thing, and it's only for vertical live streams, so not those full live streams that like I do on the full screen. This is stuff for your phone. So I was like, interesting. Or as Brad loves, crunchy corn, because that elf lady that did that sound, this is what it's going to be for. Oh, thank you for the bits. I'm just like, yeah, okay, I see what's happening here.
Kibbles and bits.
Yep. So, that's first. Yes, Brad. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw this was the elf lady that did the crunchy corn and all that crap. I can't think of what it was, but it was where she was eating the chat, which was really weird. But it's like, and then they all started doing it on TikTok, which made me go, what the hell is going on? So, it's okay. I'm like, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. I mean, if you want to toss some bits because you want to watch a bunch of ads and stuff, and Eric Cross says, I got some bits for you.
That's what she said.
Yep.
Cool thing. So Moaz was giving a recap. So this is a big shout out to Moaz for having all that. So last 3 years, in the last 3 years, creators have made over $70 billion. YouTube is the highest paying platform. So they have made a lot of millionaires off YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just find which one I want to do next here. Okay, so this one I really kind of like. They're really diving heavily into AI. So there's also Steve linked to me today about VEO. They're having some AI that can build shorts for you, 6-second shorts or whatever. That looked interesting. And they're adding that. And there's something to doing AI music or something that YouTube creates for your stuff. I was looking at that. But this one, and this one here, I don't think is a bad idea. YouTube's adding inspirational tools. You can write a rough idea of what you want to upload, and it'll give you multiple good ideas based on what you want to do. And it also helps with a video hook, an introduction outline, and a whole bunch of thumbnail ideas with images and more. So they're setting you up to have all this. And yeah, I thought about doing TikTok too, to be honest, Brad, just for now, for viewership, maybe. I don't know. But so with this, I'm hopefully looking at this in the right lens that this will play with the algorithm correctly. So basically they're going to say, okay, this is what's your idea. Here's your title and thumbnails based on psychology, the algorithm, how the algorithm is going to say, well, we're going to segment your video here. So like this video here, it has my subscribers, and then it takes all the CEO, the title, and everything, and kind of throws it out there. It's like a net. It's going to try to grab 30, 40 people. If they don't click on it, your CRT drop, or CTR drops your click-through rate. And then it's like, okay, I don't understand this. So then I'll toss it out to another maybe 10, 20 people. And if nobody really clicks on it, then they'll say, oh, video's dead. And so if it doesn't know, the problem with the AI, and this is something that I even criticize, sometimes it doesn't know what a person's looking for. And even with all the tools, even with all the right titles, without the right SEO, with the right descriptions, it won't push to your right audience, the people that it's looking for. I've heard people say, how come I've never seen your channel before? Okay.
Because they don't. They give you the most streamed people, and they skip everybody else.
Yes. And so this is part of one of the things that I'm interested in on this. See if this will help. But there's more information here. We're going to switch over. So Roberto Blake, great guy. I enjoy visiting with him. He's at the show. So they're also allowing generative VO text-based prompts to create artificial animation and stuff now on YouTube for shorts. And
I've seen ads with that. And
so basically what they're going with is AI can now make shows and stuff, but all these creations will have a synth ID to avoid any problems and basically to say if it's fake or misinformation, and they call it dream screen. So apparently this elk is walking along and everything and making the sounds. So interesting that they're really pushing for more AI tools with YouTube.
I like that they're pushing for tools for us to be able to use the AI, not the other way around. That's I thought this was interesting. I mean, probably something that I wouldn't use, but I know some people might like to do stuff like this, or if they're doing a video and they don't have the ability to take a picture of an elk out in the wild, and they're doing a little segment talking about the elk. Well, now they've got the video part of it. Now they're doing the script part. So
It could be a win here.
Yep.
And then this is where I'm really concerned. So I was looking at this, and there's two things that I'm iffy on. In fact, no, more than iffy, I'm very, very, pardon my French, fucking nervous about. So Roberto Blake announced communities, the evolution of the community tab. Community means everything. Making YouTube videos takes us from feeling isolated in our creativity and reaching the heart-minded people we can share our journey with. The community is the core of YouTube and being a content creator. You can't build a successful channel without it. YouTube is taking what it started with the community tab posts and bringing it to where there's a true community where audience don't only engage with you but with each other. So they're basically making a Facebook, X, Twitter, or whatever style community area where everybody can talk to each other that signups in your community. This scares me. And here's why.
Yeah.
This is a dedicated space that doesn't require your audience to leave to other platforms like X, Facebook, Reddit, or Discord to connect to you anymore. Creators will have moderation capabilities regarding this and will have community hubs in the YouTube Studio app to manage their community. This is also where you manage and moderate comments going forward. This part scares me. If somebody says something stupid on your community,
Yep.
you are the one who will lose everything. They may get a ban, but you're the content creator that could lose everything because you did not moderate this. You're going to have moderators reviewing this at all times. This is not a good idea because anytime you add tools like this, where you don't have the control and you don't have the 24/7 capability to monitor it, this could be poisonous to a creator.
Absolutely.
I have seen creators get banned for comments made by their chat.
Yep.
This here worries me.
Yeah.
Because if you say the wrong thing, you could lose everything. Now, if they're just banning the person or whatever, whether they have a channel or not, maybe. But you know what? I don't know. I don't like this. If it comes
back on the creator, if they want, like, look, I think all three of us can agree. We want creative control. We want to be able to control our channels and
for sure,
all that. So we can all agree on that. But what this is, they want 24-hour CIA monitoring to make sure no idiot does something stupid. That's on them. That shouldn't be on the creator's channel at all.
But it will fall on them because if it falls in the chat, so say one of my viewers right now in here says something stupid in the chat. Love you guys. Just saying, if somebody says something stupid, that could be scanning the line or get a ban.
Right.
I could still get in trouble for not moderating it. Now, you go to a community, which they're trying to basically make an X, Facebook, Discord style thing. Now, you're giving YouTube more control and putting yourself more in danger of losing your channel. Yeah, they want to be X because X now has their whole platform and all that where people connect and you can have a stream. This is their way of trying to compete with X and Facebook and all those places. Like I said, this here scares me. Now, some people may think I'm paranoid about this, but I have seen people get banned for what people say in chat. Twitch does that too.
Yeah, Twitch does that too. Okay, here's the thing, okay? Let's say you upload tomorrow's gardening video and you say something like you do a cucumber video or you do a tomato video or whatever, and somebody makes an inappropriate comment about that cucumber's too small or that cucumber's too large or that tomato isn't juicy enough, blah, 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 blah. But it's obviously more than what I just said.
I know you're trying to be PG-13 YouTube saying. I get it. I get it.
And but my point is, say somebody leaves that comment on your video in the middle of the night when you're asleep. How are you supposed to monitor? That's the problem. The 24-hour. Why are you putting stuff in my face?
I had to fix that. It was driving me nuts because it wasn't on you.
Fine. But it's one of those things where Nobody, not even me. I've tried. Trust me, folks. I've tried staying up 24 hours before. It don't work. Nobody can monitor 24 hours.
And here's the problem. Moderators are an unpaid
if,
position. Now, some people have said, oh, well, you should pay your moderators stuff. Well, guess what? Sometimes you can't pay your moderators. You're too small. If I was a Mr. Beast style, yeah, I'd have full-time freaking moderators paid to monitor shit.
We would I know you would love this. I know Steve and I would love this. We would love to pay anybody. I would pay anybody to moderate stuff for us, because
dude, I'd pay for people to do some of the web crap for me so I could concentrate on creating.
But this, and so, you know, while all the specialists, the big YouTube channels, the gurus, all of them, like I said, much love to Roberta Blake here. This is a dangerous thing that I don't like, because unless YouTube lays out the ground rules and says you will not be responsible for what people in your community say, you put yourself in danger. I would rather be on Discord, or I would rather be on X community, not doing this, because to me, this is scary.
This is very scary.
And as far as I'm concerned, I probably won't use this tool.
Nope.
And when I saw that, I'm thinking to myself, oh dear God, this could be a really, really bad thing.
Yeah, it could be a really, really bad thing. And the other thing is, even though everyone, and we've said this before, I know the three of us agree on this, even though everyone deserves to have their voice heard, there are certain things. There's logic, and there's supposed to be logic in this world of certain things that you just don't say or write or whatever. It's not me saying that I don't want people to write horrible, funny comments or inappropriate comments. There's a way to joke around and do that kind of stuff, or there's a way to, you know, but this isn't the platform for that whatsoever.
Not when you're dealing with somebody's livelihood, their money, and not when you're dealing with content creators that are getting yeeted off this platform. Not when you're talking about content creators that, you know, it could be a slippery slope. I mean, it's not a good idea. I mean, not unless you have ground rules that says this is only going to get people that sign up on these accounts banned or in trouble, and not the creator. But as you can see in here, creators will have moderation capabilities regarding this. That already tells me they're putting the ownership on the creator.
Yeah, and that's wrong. And here's what they should be doing. YouTube. You want to do all YouTube, Google, Alphabet, whatever. Y'all want to do all this artificial instead of actual intelligence crap? How about you put AI bots on everybody's chat?
No, you don't want that, because if the AI bot's not smart enough, they can mistake.
Okay.
Think of what happened with Facebook. Did I ever tell you the story? So a garden club was talking about hose, talking about getting hose and you know, plowing the fields with it. Guess what happened?
I know where this is
The garden
going.
community got banned for sexual explicit information because AI took the word hose as in something derogatory when it's a freaking tool.
Let me.
Well, I mean, it was a tool, and then
God damn it!
That's right. That's right. It was a tool, and then it was used as a tool.
Damn it, Steve!
That's right, Steve.
Oh my God!
Steve's the best dude in the world, folks. Here's the thing.
Hold on, Steve. I gotta do this for Steve because that's just good. God dang it! I was not expecting that. I had to. Oh man.
That's right.
But
so let me rephrase then. Use the AI, but have the channel creator control the time that the AI is being used. So like set timers when you're not going to be working on your channel, or when we're not live, or when you're not doing videos, when you're not there. Set time limits for the AI to monitor the stuff.
yeah. I mean, you could, but like I said, you're still trusting the AI to not do something stupid.
I mean, we're still talking about AI that gives people a sixth finger and AI generated images. So
Yeah, I mean, come on now. We're talking about AI is basically flawed as the humans that designed them. So, I mean,
they're like, no, man, I need that sixth finger. You don't know what it's for.
yeah. So, I mean, when you look at that from that perspective, community tab's a bad idea. And I said that I was going to talk about this tonight because I was concerned when they said they were going to basically make a platform community section that's like basically X, Facebook, all. I'm like, no.
As long as they don't force it on creators, as long as there's an option to turn it off and not have it.
Because the idea is they want to keep everybody on the platform as long as they can. But here's the problem. Somebody will suffer.
Yeah.
Because the creator is going to get in trouble based on somebody saying something stupid. It's just inevitable. That's why a lot of creators do not have up their platform, their X stuff on YouTube or stuff like that, because it's a whole different beast. You're safer to say things on X, post memes, do stuff like that. I mean, hell, now you can go to jail for memes in California. So, I mean, it's...
Well, you can also get in trouble for that stuff in Europe.
Yeah, Europe's really bad now, too. And it's like, so if somebody does that in your community, guess what? You might be yeeted off YouTube. I don't like that tool, and that scares me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But here's the ultimate one that I absolutely am mixed feelings on, and I'm a little nervous about. And a lot of people are cheering about it, but I think it's going to be used for evil. I'm just going to say it. So here's the next one. And this is actually the last one.
Okay, before you do this really quick on watch time and stuff, on my watch time on YouTube, as far as what I've watched, today alone, I'm up 39% from last week. I watched 8 hours and 7 minutes daily average of YouTube. Today alone, I have watched 17 hours and 12 minutes of YouTube. The last 7 days, I have watched 56 hours and 50 minutes of YouTube. So I think anyone who has or doesn't have a channel who's just on YouTube to watch the content, whatever content you're watching, check your watch times and see what your watch hours are. Now, of course, for me, most of my watch hours are having forensic files on in the background when I'm sleeping half the time, but that's just it. I'm still watching and doing and whatever. And you guys have sometimes on these horde nights, you guys have 5, 6, 7 hour streams. I can watch 3.5 hours here and 3.5 hours there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I want to cover this part. This one is where I am on the fence on. So YouTube has announced a new thing called Hype. And of course, the person here is calling it Locate Genius. What does Hype do? It's only for people with less than 500,000 subs. So it is still taking big channels of people with 200, 300, 400,000, right. Which I already think that's it's not going to help small creators the way they think it is, because if you're small creators, in my opinion, small creators is anything less than 100,000. If you have less than 100,000, you're a small creator. If you've got over 100,000 and you've got people watching your stuff, and you're not a small creator at that point anymore. You are a larger creator. So basically, and I'll just quote word for word from this, Greg Eisenberg, who is there. Imagine you're scrolling and see a wonderful video from small creator. You just want to do more than just like or share. You enter Hype. How it works: you get 3 hypes a week to boost videos you dig. It's a supercharged upvote. The more hypes you get on a video, the higher it shows up on a special leadership board. But here's the thing: it only works for creators under 500,000 subs and videos less than a week old. Plus, there's a small creator bonus, so the little guys can. Why? This is a smart. It turns passive viewers into active supporters. People want to support up and comers. Gives small creators a shot at blowing up. YouTube gets more engaged without messing up the algorithm. Promotes niches, so everything isn't watching the same thing. Increases watch time. In just 4 weeks out of our beta tests in Turkey, Taiwan, and Brazil, users hyped over 5 million times across 50,000 unique channels per the YouTube team. It's not about killing the big creators, but it's giving the underdogs a chance to see. It's currently being tested. let's be real, social's been feeling stale, same accounts, same content, rinse, repeat, and you don't seem to get to be seen or go ballistic. So it's hype. It's like basically it's, and to finish it, it's supposed to blow up, make creators go viral. But like I said, point in case, 100 million plus or 100,000 plus is not a small channel. So if you have 10, 20,000 people upvoting it, they're going to show up no matter what on this small creator leaderboard, and the small channels aren't going to be seen still. The ones that are like Chaos that has, I think, 150, 200. I've got 1,200, almost 1,200.
So here's the thing with this. This should not apply to anyone who has more than 5,000 subscribers. This should be for people who have 5,000 subscribers or
and
less.
up and coming. And so they show here how it'll work. And there was also talk, and this was a different one, that there's also going to be a pay system where you can buy more hypes or get some supercharged promo hype, where like Twitch has, Twitch has that now too, where you pay extra X amount of dollars to hype somebody's stream or something. So then way it has a chance to move up on the algorithm. So this is what they're doing. And so you like this video, as they're showing in this demonstration, instead of clicking, you just click like, you can click hype, and then it adds points to this video. I don't like this. I think this is going to crush smaller creators. I think this is going to be very hard to get exposure. And I see a lot of this being used as a nefarious tool. And this is why I said today I have mixed feelings on this. If you want to promote small creators, make a section that stays up for 12 hours. It's literally small creators in specific niches, if that's what they want to do. Because
or again, like I said, make this system, make this new option
only for 5,000 or less. Yeah, I even go 10,000 to be honest, because after you hit 10,000. You should be on your own feed by then.
Well, yeah, you should be, but I'm saying, like, okay, again, I've never said in the 17 years I've been around, I have never said I'm a YouTuber. Yes, I have a YouTube channel. Mainly I set it up originally so I could comment on other YouTube channels that I was watching back in the day or other things. And yes, I have uploaded like 300 and something videos in the last 17 years. Yes, I have 700 and something subscribers, but like I look at the way I make YouTube videos is the way YouTube videos were made 15 years ago. I point, I shoot, I talk, I look at maybe one or two little small edits, and then I upload it and let it go. If it gets views, it gets views. Here's the thing. I think it should be 5,000 or less, because 5,000, it's a lot of work. Like, how long did it take you? How long have you been on YouTube, Kai?
I've been on YouTube videos? For 2 years.
Okay, 2 years. It took you 2 years of hard ass work to get.
And part of the problem was, and so I would not have made it to 1,000 if I wasn't doing YouTube Shorts. Now, YouTube Shorts did not give me viewership for live streams. I mean, as you can see right now, we have 6. Yeah. I love you guys out there. We had 8 concurrent. It's still relatively low, which means it doesn't get pushed out to the algorithm as much. It doesn't get pushed out there. And the dream is still, hopefully, we've got 3 months. I don't know if I can throw some Hail Marys, but get 100 concurrent. Good. When I did YouTube Shorts, I did hit 100 concurrent for about 2 minutes, but it didn't stay. It didn't last. It was just either a lot of bots, because a lot of the short stuff gets a lot of bots, or it was people checking it out briefly, and it wasn't what they were looking for as far as the specific niche. And so that's where you have the problem. So you're trying to build stuff up, and you have to break that wall. My wall is breaching past 10 concurrent viewership per stream.
Yeah,
that has been my wall.
So here's the problem with the shorts, okay?
They're not long enough.
Funny guy. We know. but he's actually right.
No.
He's being funny, but
he's right.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When I was not feeling that well the other night, and you guys were doing Zomboid or whatever, I had been watching on this big screen here. Hi,
John Cena.
Can't see me now. That's right. Here. There you go. Can't see me now.
Yeah. Now you messed up your webcam. Way to go. Bravo. Bravo. See
it's
now.
A cover screen. No, it's a cover screen. No. Here's the thing. No. When I went to your short stream for Zomboid the other night, it lasted about 2 seconds. Literally 2 seconds before the thing popped up and said, "Hey, would you like to go to the next short?" No. Like, I understand shorts are supposed. I understand shorts are supposed to be short. I get that. They're supposed to be short. But if you first click on it and within 2 freaking seconds, it has the thing of scroll up for the next. It ain't that like.
Well, in short streams, for example, is okay. It's swipe or they stay. The thing about it, the only reason I like doing the whole YouTube shorts, which I or live stream shorts, is because it's a promo tool, because if they stick around to watch the live stream, then that means they probably will come to the full screen. But that is still a crapshoot whether it's going to be a yay or nay. I mean, everything you do is still a gamble. I mean, I know a fellow guy that he's trying hard to grow just like I am on YouTube. And he gets over 10,000 views on TikTok. And he has a lot more people and a lot more promotion. And he has at Team YouTube. He's at and says, "What am I doing wrong on YouTube?" And I respond to him and tell him, "You're not doing anything wrong. It's just YouTube. The way the YouTube is." I mean, if you look at the gardening channel that me and my mom have been working on, videos are hit or miss. It may only send out a signal for 100 people for some of them. Some of them have had 500 views, which is good, but it just depends on what the algorithm, which is the AI that tries to find audience for it. But if it doesn't understand what it's supposed to be catering to or looking for, which it's AI, it's flawed, then you don't know exactly where it's going. Like this talk show, I could probably do 2,000 lines of description on it, put a title in like I did, everything else. But if it doesn't quite understand where it's going, you know, it's like I've heard people say, "Oh, you got to make this super, you got to spend like 10 hours making this awesome professional thumbnail that's like that, you know, they have thumbnail people.
I mean, your thumbnails are pretty damn awesome.
For basically using paint.net and a little bit of AI tweaking and getting the stuff I need, I don't think it's bad. But no, it's good. I don't have the artistic. I don't have Adobe Pro. I don't have the artistic to draw my own stuff. And
so I have a plan.
And here's the thing. I've seen a lot of, and most of the time, the thumbnails, okay, let's look at Mr. Beast's thumbnails. It's like, and we're doing something like that, or like, it's literally that with his image doing those faces or something next to some AI or whatever generate.
Yeah,
it's like I'm gonna survive the vault. Yeah, it's like
I have not ever since the big scandal came out with him. I actually have actively told YouTube, do not show me Mr. Beast videos. I do not care to watch that person whatsoever. Hello, Charlie. That's Charlie, right?
Yes, this is Charlie. You are correct.
This is
my armed security here.
There you go. I have a plan for the Kai Dragon Media thumbnails and the artistry going forward.
No.
Of course, that means I have to send a bunch of money to Steve.
No. Yeah, see this guy, he will sit by my desk while I'm streaming or whatever, and he will guard me. Yes, that's right, buddy. He guards me.
Absolutely.
He keeps me safe, and he lets me know, "Hey guys, I'm here watching."
Yep. Well, was it him or was it Wendy? Oh, Steve wasn't here. Steve.
I don't know which dog it was that barked as soon as I hit live and I hit the mic, and I'm like, "Oh, really?"
He smacked me upside the head and said, "Hey, Mike, we're going live." Next thing I know, ruff. I'm like,
Yeah.
which dog was that?
I don't know which dog after I smack says, "Hey, I'm going live. Be quiet for a second," and I get a roof, 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 roof. Ain't that right? Yeah. So this is, like I said, this is my armed bodyguard security. And when I mean armed, he's got stinky breath. I love the guy, but he can't help but he's got stinky breath.
Yep.
Ain't that right, buddy?
So since he's got his dog in his arms, let's talk about physical media, folks, because physical media matters. There was a time, well, I'm going to do this joke again because this joke isn't going to get old after a while. We were talking about music the other night on All Things Transformers and the Beast Unleashed podcast because Hasbro released Beast Wars and Beast Machines music soundtracks. And we were talking about how you listen to your music, whether it's Spotify, whether it's a CD player, whether it's a cassette player, whether it's an 8-track, whatever. And I said, nobody under 45 actually owns a 45.
Also,
nobody has record players
one second,
anymore.
Mike.
Yep.
My co-creator that works at Kai Dragon Gardening Cooking's been kind of sitting here eavesdropping, seeing what I'm doing. Would you like to say hi?
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
So, big shout out to Kai Dragon Garden and Cooking. That is Anne, my mom, who I had the honor of working with this year on gardening, and we've had some pretty cool segments together there. So,
yep. So, and in that episode that we recorded, we said, Steve said something about, oh, I have this or I have that. If the internet goes out, I'm set, which he is because he has his own server. But our buddy Michael Wilson said, well, I can still blah. I'm like, not if you're not connected to the internet, you idiot. And my thought was, there was a time. What happened?
what?
I heard something. I don't know. I heard something drop out.
Oh.
Anyway.
No idea.
There was a time earlier this summer where the internet actually went out in my apartment. It's been doing that a lot the last 2 years. So the internet went out, and I had to rely on my actual boom box and actual physical CDs if I wanted to listen to music. Top Gun, Ferris Bueller. Or if I wanted to watch movies or whatever, I had to rely on my TV and Blu-ray player. So we have these. We have Transformers and Batman. Point is, like I said before, physical media matters. And granted, it's not going to matter if the power goes out. But if your internet goes out, make sure you have some sort of movies, DVDs, whatever, so you can actually watch the stuff. Because all of my TV stuff that I do on all of the stuff I watch on my TV, it's all internet based, unless I'm watching on my DVD player. I don't actually have bunny ears anymore. I don't have, none of that. So if the internet goes out, I have to rely on physical media. And this is why physical media matters and why I'm actually getting more physical media. I forgot to bring out my giant CD DVD case for a sample, because Steve's biggest thing is, well, I don't know where to put the stuff. So normally what I will do is with the DVDs, I haven't done this with these, but there's 2 discs in here. I will take these out, put it in my CD DVD case, and then I will put this along with every other thing in my closet.
So when we're talking about physical media, though, there's so many ways now you can store stuff that it really doesn't matter. In those cases, keep stuff safe. I mean, with the way things are going with media, you want to have access to it. And physical media is coming back. Music especially. People are wanting their CDs again. And I can tell you why, because it's not edited. I can still listen to the same damn song and a CD that's been out for 20 years versus, okay, what if somebody doesn't like something, a word that got changed? Oh, we're going to censor it. Or look at what they did to Back to the Future. I know I've brought this forward, the ooh la la thing from Back to the Future 2, where Netflix yeeted that off because they thought it was inappropriate. And I'm like, okay, this was, not inappropriate. And not to mention, it was back in the days when it was clean. It was a clean, funny thing where basically he's like got baffled.
Was 2 seconds. Yeah, it was 2 seconds of the movie.
Yeah, and they decided they had to edit it, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm like, really? That's what we're worried about?
Freaking morons!
And that's the problem we have with all this editing crap.
Yep.
And the problem is, you know, all this censorship and all this crap is not going away.
Nope.
You know, you got to keep pushing back. You got to keep fighting it. You know, you got to speak with your dollars when it comes to these corporate moguls and stuff. You got to basically say enough's enough. And that's why Hollywood, I think Hollywood's still going to go broke over time because look at the movie theaters. It's not as popular anymore. Going to the movies and streaming is getting to be too costly. People are getting tired of that. I mean, it's all going to go basically back to where it all began, physical media, because people want ownership. I mean, it's like Steam. I like Steam. I like the digital media, but something happens, I lose it all. Now, the beautiful, beautiful green Orcosaurus that we all know and love, he's recommended GOG to go buy your stuff. Then you can use the code for Steam, but you also still own the game forever on your computer that you can play without Steam. Steam is just so you can play with your friends and stuff. I think that's probably the best thing you can do.
Absolutely.
And that's where I'm at. I mean, when Deadpool and Wolverine comes out, I'm gonna pick it up for DVD, Blu-ray. You know, and that's fine. Yeah. I mean, at least I have it.
Yep.
Also, speaking of which, I do have an interesting update. I have no idea what's in store for me this coming Saturday. Not this Saturday, but this Saturday. How many weeks is that? October 1st? No, it is October 5th, so 2 weeks. I will be showing up on the Orcosaurus' channel.
Oh,
during the day. I have no idea what he's planned. I have no idea. He's doing some 12-hour stream and he needs a wingman. And the worst thing is I joked, I said, if you're gonna put me on trivia and talk about hentai, I said, dude, I think I've only seen 3 different hentais in my whole life. And he goes, and I start joking with him so he starts listing some. I said, I'm not gonna
yeah, Steve will tap out in an hour and a half. I'm surprised he's still here.
We're kind of wrapping up now, but
yeah, we're kind of wrapping up.
But no,
when Orc invites you somewhere, be afraid. Be very afraid.
And Mindful Journeyer says, drop the link for the boys in the channels. Drop your link for Geekcast Radio.
Oh.
Mike will have to do that. I'm actually
Steve's working.
So they don't have a YouTube channel. They have their own website.
We do have a YouTube channel. We just haven't published anything in ages.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But I want to refer him to your website.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds here. I'm an old person, you know. Do I have? I don't think I have permission to do links.
Isn't
no? I don't think so.
Hold on, let me see if I can do it then.
Here. I mean, I can post it, but I don't think they can copy and paste it.
I don't know. Well, let's see.
Yeah, no, I'm not a moderator on your channel, so.
You're not? What? What is this, Mike?
I'm a moderator on Chaos's channel, but I'm not a moderator on your channel. How dare you?
Well, try now, because I don't know. But here you go. That's the link to their website.
There you go. Yep.
That's like here. So there you go. Unless I gave you the wrong address, but that's the one I've had on file, and that's where I go.
Yep. That's it. 15 and a half years, just under 4,000 published podcast episodes.
Yeah, so if you want to have a lot of stuff to listen to, they have library of good and great content, interviews, discussions. Hell, I've had some great discussions with them on their show. So definitely check them out. It's great. It's great material to listen to at work too, because I do that usually.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't spoil this yet, but we just got a submission for myself and my buddy Dave Draper, who's doing the 12 months of Star Wars stuff with me on Studio 2009. We just got a submission to interview somebody that had a lot to do with Star Wars. So I got to look over that. I haven't looked over that information yet. I got to look at that over again. But
I imagine there's some
really
heavy
fun.
T's and C's on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know how much. It's an author now, but he's been pretty prolific over the last
40 years, 50 years. Yeah. He was there for Star Wars. He was there for Empire. So anybody that was there for the stuff that I wasn't, I was just born when Empire came out. So
yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah, you weren't around yet. But yeah, geekcastradio.com, unleash the geek in you. Check it out.
That would be pretty nice. It sounds like it's going to be an interesting interview. I know on my end that I will be having some new guests, hopefully on some Wednesdays with Mike. We will be interviewing some more VTubers. I'm working on that too, trying to get that. So if you're not familiar with VTubers, it is a person that uses an anime avatar of some sort to talk, speak, move around and stuff. And it's always fascinating to hear their story, why they got into it, what their goals are, what their aspirations are, where they want to see themselves. And you can do a lot more in VTubing nowadays. Like there is a VTuber that basically lives off VR. And so they move around, they do backflips and stuff, which is funny when it goes wrong and they end up falling and you hear their crash and their headset breaks and stuff. I think they go through a lot of headsets. But so it's very interesting. I'm trying to get some more content creators, give them a little bit of exposure and kind of continue to network with people. So we got that coming down the pipeline too, Mike. So, and look how that turned out. I mean, we got the Orcosaurus. Uh-oh, you're muted.
Absolutely, we have the Orcosaurus. We just have to figure out the time on our end to make sure he's not dead asleep on his end.
It's his fault that he streams on Saturday afternoon.
I mean,
it's nighttime for him. I just gotta give him a hard time. I told him, I said, well, you know what? I said, if I ever get this to where we hit it super big, I said, shit, I'll fly you from Germany out here.
God, no.
For a week. And that'd be the same week I fly you out here.
I don't think so. I don't.
Yeah. You and Steve. a week long event.
Okay, so there's only been one time. It was July or August or whatever in 2008 when Steve and when I first got on Twitter back in 2008. Steve was one of the first people that hit. It was okay. Well, everything with us is August because that's when the best Transformers movie ever came out, August 8th, 1986. But we've been friends for 15, 16, 17 years. We've seen each other like this. We've done the video stuff. We've tried to do the video stuff before. We had never met in person. So when Karen and I were getting married in 2017, I said, there's only one guy that can be my best man. It's not as much as I love my dad and everything else and all that, but we have to fly. I'm like, dude, we're flying you out here. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, we are flying you out here. You're attending this damn wedding. We paid for his ticket. We got him from, because you were in Colorado then, right? Yeah, you were in Colorado at that point. 17. Right? 2017, you were in Colorado. Yes. Speak, Megatron, speak.
He muted his mic.
Yeah, I know he did. Stop muting me. Anyway.
Hey, it's fun. Muting is fun. Gratuitous use of mute.
Is fun.
Yes, gratuitous use of, it's an old Michael Wilson joke.
Are you trying to get the security guard?
Give her the security guard.
So she came in here to get the security guard. For some reason, he took off running. He's hiding under my chair. Come here, buddy.
Security guard. Anyway, so we fly Steve out
So
from Denver to Chicago, and
Well, I wasn't there. I was in Michigan.
were you
Oh yeah, I didn't move out. I moved in 2019.
really?
Yeah.
I could have sworn you got. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, point is, we flew Steve out. Steve and I met for the first time in person. As Kai is losing his shit over the fact that he can't get his dog out from
no,
under his chest.
I said, "Come here," and he rolls over onto his back, like, "Please don't make her take me." And then
That's
then he puts his head on the chair, and then he ran off, and now he's hiding somewhere. Because she just wanted.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just never know what's going to happen here at Kai Dragon Media. So anyway,
Here's the
Steve and
armed
I-
security guard.
Yeah, the former security guard.
Yeah, he's like, traitor.
It's like, where did Paul Blart go?
Charlie Blart, Dragon Cop.
Oh, God.
But anyway, so Steve and I met for the first time in person in 2017. It was him, me, Michael Wilson. There's a picture of the three of us, whatever else.
Oh, yeah.
But mainly, Steve and I have been doing this like this for the whole time, and we just prefer doing it that way and whatever else. But you know, I don't fly well. I used to fly all the time, but my wings are tired now. I'm old.
That's what she's
Hey,
doing. His,
Okay, Riggs.
That's right.
yeah, and I hope that goes, you know, a lot of the people I've met on YouTube, Ruggles, you guys and stuff, I hope, you know, remain friends and have that kind of network for decades to come. But yeah, what it was is Charlie's getting, because his hair mats up after walking in dirt and everything, and Mom's cutting all the doodleberries she calls, where it's just his hair's all matted. He don't like it, so he come running trying to hide. He's like, save me,
Like,
and I'm
"Save me,
laughing
she's
because
gonna
he's
cut
just as he's rolling on his back, and he's like, give me this, please save me. And I'm like, what are you
He's
doing?
like, the woman is trying to take my life.
Yeah, he literally was, and he's like, give me these sad eyes, like, help me.
All as I can think of is he is Owen. He is Danny DeVito, Owen from Throw Mama from the Train. No, Mama, I don't want to go.
Yeah,
Owen.
yep, that's exactly right. He's a character. He's the one. I think he's the one that barked at the start of the stream. I
That wouldn't
suspect.
surprise. I don't think I've heard Wendy bark, so I think I've heard Charlie bark before. So that
Yeah,
wouldn't
he does. Like I said, he
he's a
guards me.
rebel.
Yeah, he guards me a lot. He's a character. It's
So
just-
does he eat tiger blood?
no.
No, don't bring the.
Does he eat Adonis DNA?
Oh God, no.
No, but it's funny because when we say, okay, let's go outside, the girls all take off running to the back door. He goes the other way. He goes dives under the coffee
knows.
table.
He knows. He
He's
knows
like-
what he needs to do.
He's like, I'm not going outside.
I'll go outside, but I'm gonna go out the front yard, not the backyard.
No, but it's funny. So I'll share a funny story with him. I was watering the garden the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I was wondering what the hell he's doing. He would run underneath it and catch all these water droplets, and I'm like looking at him and says, "What are you doing?" And he's getting wet, and then he starts barking and wagging his tail, and I'm like, "You're wanting water?" So he stood there with me using the hand hose and started hosing him down, and he's rolling and happy, and I'm like,
Dogs like water, man.
I'm like, what? All the other dogs run off, and he's just loving it. So the other day, once again, Mom's trying out their water, and he's running down there trying to get wet again. I'm like, what the hell?
He's the water boy.
Yeah, he
That's
literally
right.
is. And Mindful Journey says, love this, guys. Keep having fun. Gonna head out. Y'all put a smile on face. And that's what we intend to do. We share these good
Absolutely,
memories,
Mindful
cover the
Journey.
news, and have these fun panels where we talk about stuff.
Yep,
My,
yep, yep.
my mama said that it's got to be high quality H2O.
Hey, it's high quality H2O.
Yeah,
that's
he's the
right.
only dog I've ever had in my life that loves water. Don't understand it. I mean, if he could, if he could, he'd jump into the bathtub with you. I'm just like, okay, whatever, dog. You're nuts. I'm like,
there are some dogs. What breed is he?
he is a
Remind me.
dachshund, long-haired.
Okay, he's a long-haired dachshund. And is Wendy also a long-haired dachshund?
No, she's short-haired. She is a Jack Russell Terrier dachshund mix.
Okay,
Which,
so that's yeah. So
which
the
that's why
thing is-
she's more wiry, and she's also the one that thinks she can do all this type of Olympic stuff, like diving 4 feet off something. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, or
Yeah.
she'll dig under a pot because she's trying to chase after a mouse she smells. So next thing you know, she's dug all the way underneath there and she's getting herself stuck.
you know,
And she almost jumped over our fence the other day because she saw a cat, decided to go after it, forgot what she was doing, jumped up on a whole bunch of pallets we didn't think she could possibly do, and then she stopped and she was stuck like, oh, where am I? And Mom's like, Wendy, no. So she had to go and grab her. But we've had, the best one was our house dog. She climbed the roof of
oh wow,
our, not house, garage dog. So we used to have a long-haired dachshund. Her name was Katie. And she was chasing a cat. Somehow, with all this stuff stacked up at their place, back in the day, this was probably a decade ago, she was jumping up, figuring out how to do it. So she starts whining, and Mom's looking all over for her. And here she is on top of the garage roof, somehow having got up there trying to chase a cat, and now she don't know how to get down because she's like, help me. So Mom had to go up the ladder to get her, and Mom was mad. She's like,
so there are some breeds of dog that love water, and there's some breeds of dog that don't like water. And I think the long-haired dachshunds are one of the, at least with Charlie anyway, he loves water. I know a YouTube creator, Tucker Budson. I don't know if you guys ever, I'll show you some videos later. But anyway, Tucker Budson, I found their channel a couple of years ago. There's a couple of videos he's a golden retriever. So there's a couple of videos of him in the tub, and dude just Goldens love water. Some other breeds love water. And then there are some dog breeds that don't. It just depends on the personality of the dog.
I also think if it's hot and they're a long-haired dachshund, they like that stay cool because they have all that fur true. And they get cooked too easy.
Yep.
But I think we're going to close it here because we're at our 2-hour mark. So we've managed to do that. Anything in closing for you, Steve?
Well, I'm still doing Altered Geek, and I'll probably have another one that I'm going to record tomorrow. And I've been playing around with writing articles and being very opinionated lately. So other than that, I'm working on my kitchen, which is kind of why I've been somewhat preoccupied, but I've been participating.
Well, I'm looking forward to when you get the opportunity to be able to write for the media site that I'm trying to do. Like I was saying earlier, it's just we had some curveballs financially at summer that kind of caused me to hold back a little longer than I thought to do. But
we'll get it going eventually. Yeah.
Hopefully by the end of this year.
Yeah, hopefully.
What about you, Mike?
Folks, just go over to geekcastradio.com. We just released, like I mentioned earlier, we released the All Things Transformers Beast Unleashed episode talking about the Beast Wars and Beast Machines TV show, cartoon, musical soundtracks. We've got episode 92 of Studio 2009, which is my buddy Dave and I talking about the second season of Mandalorian. We've got the Pull Bag, which we are doing all the Skybound entertainment stuff under Image Comics. So we've got the G.I. Joe books and all that kind of stuff that they're doing. So yeah, just check out geekcastradio.com. We got plenty of stuff over there.
All right, so for the rest of the schedule this week, tomorrow, I should be scheduled for 2 hours of 7 Days to Die with Brad and Captain Ruggles.
Woo-woo.
And then following that, since I am off on Friday, will probably be a double feature stream. I'm not sure what the second stream will be, so we'll kind of go from there. And then Friday, depending on how things work, I'll probably have some more stuff coming out. Be sure to check out Kai Dragon Gardening Cooking if you're interested in gardening, and should be more cooking closer to fall, well, late fall when things kind of slow down in the garden. Or as we get ready to start canning whatever we can or freezing. And I'm just trying to reorganize this channel with a review section because I want to get into the reviews again. Guides, gameplay, streams. Like I said, the goal with this channel is to grow. I'm trying to still maybe hopefully hit 5,000 by the end of this year, if possible. I don't know if it's gonna be hit or miss. And the 100 concurrent, that's the goal. So if you like what you see, don't forget to smash the like button, check out our streams, and like I said, show is going to continuously improve. More sound quality, more updates and visuals, things like that. But just gotta appreciate all your support and everything that we do, because we want to make this great. And this is Kai signing out. Peace.
Okay.
Gotta wait the last second
Yep. Let me
because
know.
it's desynced with YouTube.
Mhm.
Always is.